Hi, this is Ishaan.
I'm Soni
Razdan.
And you're watching us on FilmiBeat. How else would I have the experience of living with the army? I couldn't have come from a more different background. I come from a family of artists.
I think being Diwali, a solo release, a Prime Video, these are massive elements to take into account.
I feel somewhere she's also a performer, God knows, but she was pretty chilled out, yeah, I must say. So she enjoyed her own party. She had no clue what was happening.
That's great. That's kind of party.
I feel like that experience has changed me forever, but I'm back to being a civilian now. I hate it. I hate it. Like, it's just the way I'm sitting and everything. It's not the same, man.
Yeah. Built this screenplay. There's also a family who are all involved in the war, the Fauji family. So it just felt like it had all the elements.
Hi guys, welcome to FilmiBeat. This is Murtaza Iqbal, and just recently I saw a trailer of the film and I was like, यार ये मुझे picture दिखा दो. I want to watch it quickly, but मुझे थोड़ा wait करना पड़ेगा. I think 1-2 दिन का. But before I watch the film, I have the star cast and the director here with me. I'm talking about the movie Pippa that's going to start streaming on Amazon Prime Video soon. Hi guys, welcome to FilmiBeat.
Hello.
Thank you.
First of all, I have to say what an amazing trailer, and that A.R. Rahman sir's background score has been giving me goosebumps, and I've been listening to it again and again. So I have to start by asking you this first, that how did this whole idea of making Pippa came into your mind, and how did the whole project started?
Yeah, so Sid Roy Kapoor called me one day and said, I have this one book that I've read and I think it could be quite interesting. It's about a battle, the Battle of Garibpur. It's a tank battle in the 71 war. So all of those are check boxes for me. I've always been somehow intrigued by this war because I don't think there's been a more morally justifiable war. If you had to fight a war, this would be the one. This is the one that raises questions about me as a pacifist. And so it's always intrigued me. And then I read the book and I thought, okay, well, makes life incredibly difficult. You have tanks, which we have no idea how to shoot. Yeah. It has tanks that don't exist anymore, which gives us a second problem. And on top of that, it's in a territory which is a very difficult part of the world to shoot in. So all of these elements came together. I thought it was a fascinating story, and that was a great starting point. So we started from there and then built this screenplay. There's also a family who are all involved in the war, the Fauji family. So it just felt like it had all the elements come together, which is better than most starting points for a film. You know, it seemed like it was there. And then we went out and wrote the screenplay, and the rest is, you'll watch it soon.
Right. So, Imam, I would like to ask you this, that we don't get to see you much. So what was there in this movie that you made say yes to this project?
I think just the passion of the project, the director, and the role, definitely, and the story. So all these things come together. So I think when things come together and they offer an actor, something to chew on, basically it's as simple as that. That's all we need, really. It's simple.
Right, Ishaan, yeah. I want to know that for the first time, maybe during the rehearsals or anything, when you wore that army uniform, what was the feeling at that point of time?
So the first uniform that I wore were the dungarees, which is the tank crew uniform. You know, they're black dungarees because tankmen deal with a lot of smoke, soot, and a lot of grease. So the uniform can get easily spoiled, which is why they wear black overalls. At that time, they used to be overalls. Now they have separate, shirt and trousers. But so the dungarees were really like an engineer's outfit. That was the first thing. But when I wore the khaki vardi for the first time, when we did a look test, we did a shoot, it was oof. I mean, at that point it was like, okay, this is real, and you feel the weight of the responsibility 100%. I think we were made privy to that responsibility much earlier when we, of course you have a sense of it. Soon after I spoke with Raja sir about the film and knew that I wanted to do it, I asked to speak with Balram sir. Balram sir, of course, wrote the book that our film is based on, The Burning Chaffees. He was, if you ever meet and interact with him, he is an incredibly alive and strong and, quick-witted person. And he has quite a personality. And they're just made of some other metal. They live through these life-altering events and come out on the other side victorious, and gives them a certain strength and resolve that you can feel they don't even have to display. So that sense of responsibility was there. much before I put on the uniform. But yes, after doing the 2 training camps that we had with the army, after putting on that uniform for the first time, it felt like, okay, this is real, and this is, and we have a task, we have an objective, we have a duty to complete, and that was the approach. I think it gave that tone to us when we stepped into this film, that we were almost like soldiers walking into this film. From our own perspective and capacity, but yeah, we shot the film with that resolve. We shot the film with that feeling, you know, we were all there for each other like comrades. I think a big part of the fact that we were so together as a crew was the army spirit that we all carried with us, and we were very lucky to have the army. We had a supervisor on set, a military supervisor, Major Sangwan, who was with us to correct little things every single day. And like I said, the 2 training camps, 45 cavalry welcomed us and trained us and grilled us, and because of that, hopefully you'll see a authentic portrayal of this story.
When a film set works well, it's very much in the same spirit of the army.
Right. You know, I would like to know that, of course, through Amazon Prime Video, it is going to reach to continents where maybe the theatrical release would have not been possible, and it's going to have a wider audience for sure. But you know, when such movies are there, we have this amazing background score, huge tankers going around. Watching it on the big screen is a different experience. Sure. Was there any way you thought that maybe we should go for a theatrical release first?
We initially did. We initially were thinking of that, but I think when the circumstances come together, and it's this collective decision on how wide you can go and how many. I would any day have more people watch our film than fewer people enjoy it in a big theater. So, I mean, unless you can guarantee us both, then we'd love it. But, you know, we have no such thing. Diwali was a big part of it. I think being Diwali, a solo release, a Prime Video, these are massive elements to take into account. And I'm really happy with the decision. And I think that, you know, when I talk to friends of mine across the world, they're all like, hey, this is awesome. We all get to see it on the 10th. You know, and it just opens up the world to us as a film. And it's a story that's far more important than the size and the music and everything else to me. And so, end of the day, I'd much rather people get to understand and see this world than only the experience of a theater. Yes, the experience of a theater is very different, but the story is more important to me. And for that, I can't see any better place than Amazon Prime and Diwali, to be honest.
Right. Ishaan, you know, when the movie was announced a couple of years ago, there were these kind of apprehensions people had that will he be able to carry a role of an army officer or not. But I think the trailer has shut everyone, and you are looking amazing in that uniform, and the body language and everything is very amazing. How was this transformation? Was it difficult to get that body language, even physically? Was it difficult for you?
Thank you for saying that. There will always be, you know, opinions, and it's everybody is entitled to their opinion. We work for the audience to entertain and engage them. It's a very rare opportunity for a young actor to get, and maybe that's why we've never seen an actor of my age and stage getting to play a part with such persona and such courage and bravado. And it's a very rare case of age-appropriate casting. We've never seen a 26-year-old play a 26-year-old captain before. Yeah. You know, it's usually been people who've earned that badge over years and years of work and building equity and building an audience. But for me, it was a huge opportunity as an actor. I thought it was a beautiful story to be a part of, and I really love deep diving into the work. This gave me an opportunity to do that. The people gave me an opportunity to do that. Raja sir encouraged me to prep hard for this, put in the work, think of it as if, you are really preparing for a battle of a sort, and it was such fun to do that. Honestly, I mean, it was tough and physically challenging and all of that. But it was a lot of fun to do that, because otherwise how else would I have the experience of living with the army? I couldn't have come from a more different background. I come from a family of artists. Right. My mom was really the first generation but that's what I grew up with, right? So it was a privilege to do the work. The body language came very strongly from being a tank man. The body language was entirely informed by being a tank commander. and we got to train on the tanks a lot. Of course, we trained with newer, tanks that the army has right now. But the PT-76 that you see in the film is a real tank. It's the only remaining tank from the war, and they managed to resurrect it for us, and we could use it for the duration of the shoot, and practically shoot those action sequences. It's not just VFX. So. I think a very big part of the body language in the film came from that. And other than that, of course, all the military drills, the salute, it's a very big part of who they are. Some of the body language, of course, came from just putting on that uniform, like you said. It changes the way you stand.
If I may just interject, like he's speaking a lot about body language, and I think that what they did as actors, and kudos to the work they put in, was to actually embody the spirit of being in the army, and that they learned when they went on that camp, and it's different. When you see civilians and you see army people, there is something inherently different in the approach to everything.
Agreed.
And that is what we were trying, I think, larger than the body language. They're tremendous actors, they'll get that right. It's the rest of it also, right? I think that was that 2 weeks there, that's what.
I feel like that experience has changed me forever, but I'm back to being a civilian now. I hate it. Like, it's just the way I'm sitting and everything. It's not the same, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, Niyam, as you said that, of course, you always look for good characters, good story. But now, as I said, that we don't get to see you much. Is it like the filmmakers are not offering you that, or you are becoming choosy?
Do you want the truth, or you want me to tell?
No, the truth.
Rosy story.
The truth.
No. Honestly, I don't think I get offered as much as I think I should be offered. Very honestly, I would say that. And it's not for any other reason. I guess the more you're out there, the more people see you, the more, so one leads to the other. So let's hope that with all the work that and I've actually done a huge body of work in the last 3 years. I was working through lockdown, crazily enough. So it's not like I haven't done the work. A lot of things hasn't released.
Yes.
So I think I'm hoping once they do, then more work will come from that. There is a lot of work around, and I'm very positive about it, and I'm very fine if I'm not working, to be very honest with you, because I've got tons of stuff to do anyways, so but yeah, work is lovely, and work is what as an actor you hunger for, always. Yeah.
I was just watching the trailer of Sam Bahadur, and I was like, is there a kind of crossover? Can RSVP have a crossover where maybe Sam is coming in this movie and Ishaan is going in that one? Do we have any kind of thing? It's 1971 war. Both the movies are based on that.
Well, AI will just do it now tomorrow.
At the same time, Sam Manekshaw was definitely an integral part of the war, a very, 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 very integral part of the war. So his character has to have some impact on anything that happens in 71. Beyond that, there's nothing.
Right. Yeah. So lastly, before I wrap up, I have to ask Soni ma'am this. Just recently, Raha turned 1, and I think you had a great, amazing, had such an amazing party and everything we saw. How was that, and how was she looking? We all haven't seen, sadly. How was she looking? I would like to know that.
I know. I feel for you really too.
Yeah, because we as a journalist, I've done interviews with Alia and everyone, so it's like, I also want to see her.
No, naturally, and I understand, and I'm sure everybody would love to show her to the world. It's just that I think she's a child, and they're just a little bit, rightly concerned.
Their prerogative.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. But I think she was such a well-balanced child. I can't imagine a room full of so many people talking all the time, and this kid was like pretty at ease. So I feel somewhere she's also a performer, God knows, but she was pretty chilled out, I must say. So she enjoyed her own party, even though she had no clue what was happening.
That's great. That's the best kind of party.
Yes, so thank you so much for being with us, and all the best for Pippa. As I said, I am really looking forward to the film. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.